Ooh. Hope you guys saw that the traction control light kept flashing. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be going over a 2020 Ford F-350 Tremor. First and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Lariat Ford here in Provo for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's just get right into the video. Under the hood of this Tremor, we have the 6.7 liter Power Stroke that is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 475 horsepower and then 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the Tremor. Now I'm sure all of you are used to seeing a Tremor that's all like blacked out with the Sport Appearance package. This one does not have the Sport Appearance package, so you actually get chrome on the front end, but you can see we still get the full LED lights that come with the new 2020s. I really like the look of these lights in general. And then you got the fog lights just down below, tow hooks on the front as well. And then other than that, it's pretty interesting to see this because it's kind of like a sleeper Tremor, because from the front end it looks like any other Super Duty. Now around the side here, we've got 18-inch wheels with 285mm tires. They're 35s in the front and over in the rear as well. And then other than that, actually popping up in here, we can see that you do have the 2-inch lift from the factory with the off-road shocks. And well, obviously that's going to help the Tremor do a lot better on the off-road. And look how aggressive these tires are. Like, it's legit off-roading tires. And then you got the regular Lariat F-350 badging, 6.7 liter Power Stroke badge. Got the little Tremor sticker there on the back. But here's a full side view of the truck, and you can see the truck is just absolutely massive. Let's actually pop into the back of the Tremor. So we can see here we've got the LED lights on either side of the bed, and then you have all the plugins, and you actually have the holes already preset in the bed if you do want to tow a fifth wheel. Got your normal cargo light up there with the rear sliding window. This one doesn't have a bed liner, but it's easy enough to add in. And this is one of the biggest benefits of the Tremor is the fact that it can actually tow the same amount as a normal Ford diesel, where the Ram Power Wagon, well, it just can't. And then coming down here, you've got the Ford little side step, and you guys know how this functions. It's all normal. So basically you just pull this down right here, and then you pull this up, put it up. Pretty simple, straightforward. You guys have seen it in a million Fords, and that's everything for the bed. Let's finish things up in the rear. You've got the new upgraded taillights here, and then again the Tremor badge, or I should say sticker actually, they're on the back. But if you look at this just like straight on from the rear, again, you cannot tell the difference from a regular Super Duty. And I already mentioned it once, but towing capacity doesn't change with the Tremor package. You can still tow as much as a normal Super Duty. You can see the exhaust tip over there. And speaking of that, let's roll the exhaust clip. Now coming here to the back, obviously you guys know the setup's the same, but I just want to show you guys the shocks here in the rear, so you can take a look at that. And then the little gas cap over here so you guys can see. Diesel, DEF, pretty straightforward. So yeah. Coming to the back of the Tremor, you can see you've got the wood trim here that comes with the Lariat. And then here are the seats, so full black, and you've got the white stitching to kind of contrast the black seats. And you can see the side steps right here, again, say Ford on them, but more importantly, you can see just the fact that it has side steps, has the off-road steps, same as what's on the Raptor, and they do help getting in. So popping in, step in height is definitely higher, but it's not bad by any means. You guys can kind of see here, obviously there's this whole mess of floor mats and everything, but legroom's pretty decent if you're running about 5'11", and then this one has the bench seat, so you just get that little 12 volt right there. And then over here you can see you've got the little cup holders, and other than that, this is everything for the rear of the Tremor. Now here's the door panel on the front of the Tremor. So again, you can see we've got this soft touch here with the stitching goes across the wood trim. And then you got a couple of controls for the windows. And then this is the mirror. So this actually basically extends the mirror or brings it back in. Just press that button for either function there. And then you see we've got memory seats. You have 3 different options, your door lock and unlock. And then here are the seats at the front of the Tremor. So regular Lariat seats, since this is an F-350 Lariat Tremor, right? So you still have the really nice soft seats. Adjustments in the same place. And then here's what the pedals look like just down below, and then you can see you got your brake control right there. This is for the tailgate. Your pedal adjustment, your light controls right there. These are the lights for the mirrors, and there is one more look before we pop in. Here's a quick look at the steering wheel in the Tremor. So you can see that you've got the leather all around with the stitching on the steering wheel. You get your volume controls right there, voice command controls, controls for the center stack and your cruise control. All that's unchanged. And then you can see that is the windshield wiper stock. And then you got the drive mode select here at the end of the shifter. And then this is for the gears. It is a column shifter. And other than that, that's the whole steering wheel setup. You guys have seen this a bunch of times. RPMs on the left side, on the right side, you've got the speed, and there's a bunch of different screens you can scroll through that just gives you different bits of information on the truck. Now, the most important is going to be off-road, right? Because it's a Tremor. Now, there are some different drive modes. Again, you guys saw that drive mode button, but you can go through your normal, tow haul, eco, slippery, deep snow, sand, and then rock crawl. Obviously, we're on road, so we're just going to stick it in the normal mode. Now, up top here, you've got some controls. You've got the diesel exhaust brake, your stability control. That's your off-road cruise control, your lane departure assistance. And this is for the camera setup. So you just press that, and it'll pop up some of the camera views, like the bird's eye view at the front. Pretty straightforward. That's really important when you are off-roading. And then when you pop it into reverse, this is what pops up. You got the rear view camera, and then again, bird's eye view. You can zoom in if you are hooking up to a trailer. Pretty straightforward, and that's all. Now, the rest of the infotainment system, it's Ford's upgraded infotainment system, so the response time is better than on the previous years with this. And sorry, the plastic's getting in the way. If you guys are wondering why the response is so slow, it literally cannot pick up my finger whatsoever through this plastic. But you guys have seen this infotainment system a bunch of times. It's pretty good, and that's all. Here's what the whole section looks like with the infotainment system. And again, you've got the little power outlet right there. You've got the volume controls right here. Again, dual zone climate. You've got the heated and cooled seats for the front passengers. The driveline select. You've got your 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low. Your trailer brake control, trailer backup system as well. And then you got a little area right here where you can charge some devices. And yes, this Tremor has a bench seat. All I gotta say is there's some storage at the top, and you can flip this up so you can have a person in the middle. God bless bench seats. Everyone knows what they're meant for. And well, that's all. Coming over here, we've got the glove box, and you can see that it opens up. It's the dual glove box. It says Super Duty there at the top, and then you can see you've got the soft touch and stitching just up above that, and that's all for that little part. Now up here, you've got the little auxiliary button. So if you add aftermarket bumpers, if you add a little Baja rack on the back, all that kind of stuff, then you can just hook the lights up to these auxiliary switches. And then you can see you got a little sunglass holder right here, power sliding window, which is actually pretty neat. And then yes, this has a full panoramic sunroof as well, and universal garage openers. So you're all set from a top perspective. Now that we're done going over the interior on the Tremor, let's quickly get into pricing. So again, this is a Tremor that's not in the sport package, and it stickers for about $80,000 for any type of market adjustment. That all being said, let's take it out and see how it drives. Quickly talk about visibility here on the Tremor before we set off. So you can see visibility of the hood, just like any other Super Duty. And then through the mirrors, remember they do have that extension function if you need them to be a little bit farther out. But you can see visibility all throughout the rear again. Just like another normal Super Duty, just a little bit higher up off the ground. And that all being said, let's set off. We are setting off here in the 2020 Tremor. You guys remember I drove one of these a while back, but it's nice to be behind the wheel of it again and see if there's anything else that I could pick up from the truck itself. Initially setting off, in terms of the ride quality itself, oh my goodness, what is that thing? Anyways, in terms of the ride quality itself, it's pretty smooth. Once you go over things, you definitely do feel it. So compared to like a Power Wagon or a Raptor, it's definitely not as smooth going over things. So definitely take that into account if you are looking at this for off-roading purposes. And then in terms of the turning and everything, you guys can see it turns pretty well. And yeah, I mean, overall, like on road, it's relatively smooth. And this is kind of more just like a regular heavy duty truck with like an off-road type package. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, that's exactly what it is. But like you compare this to like a Power Wagon or like a Raptor, where those are like an off-road package that happens to be on a truck, if that makes sense. Like they're more like, that is like its sole purpose, whereas this, it has more use, right? You could use it as an off-road truck. You could use it as a daily driver truck. You could use it as a truck to tow. Like it just is a lot more useful in a lot more ways compared to most other trucks. So yeah, it's definitely different. As you can see, we're about to be getting our acceleration and turning it again. It's not bad at all to turn. Ooh. Hope you guys saw that the traction control light kept flashing. Not sure why. I mean, it only has 1,050 pound-feet of torque. It's not really a lot. It's a pretty slow truck. No, I was kidding. It's fast. This is definitely, from like a diesel perspective, it is the quickest accelerating on the market right now. Like, it is just, there's no competition with any of the other trucks on the market right now. If you want the fastest truck, okay, I will go. If you want the fastest truck, then you go for the Ford Tremor for sure. And let's get into summing things up. So if you're looking for a cool off-road truck that you can tow with and you can daily drive, that's where the Tremor shines. If you want more of like an off-road truck that you just can use for off-roading, the Raptor or the Power Wagon is going to be a better route to go. And so it really just depends on what you're looking for. I think it's a really good, like, all-around truck. I just don't think it's necessarily the best at any particular thing. It's just good at everything, which, I mean, there's definitely a lot of people that are looking for that. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for, check out the Tremor, and wish me luck driving through Provo traffic here, because it is a death sentence driving down here. See ya. That is going to sum things up for a video on the 2020 Ford F-350 Tremor. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Lariat Ford here in Provo for providing us with the Tremor. Check out their inventory in the link below. I'll see all of you in the next video.